Okay, someone is saying not loud. Okay, I'll try and possibly push up my voice and see everything that can be done just to ensure I'm audible enough. All right, so the idea of this live stream is just to ensure that people are able to, see how I look at the chart. It's a trade day for me today. My phone is right here in front of me, so I can open up a trade, take a trade when it's necessary. That's if we're able to, spot opportunities to take trades. Like I always emphasize, we can't force the market. All we can do is just to try to look out for the opportunity to trade and then take the trade. Expect that we are able to make profit from our trades. Okay, of course losses are inevitable in the game, but the most important thing is that overall you are, when you bring your losses side by side your gains, you are more profitable at the end of the day. Okay, so that's the way I like to always approach the market. Okay, you are not going to have winning trades every day, right? I don't have winning trades every day, but one thing I've successfully been able to do, and I keep, aspiring to do more of, is to ensure that I'm winning more of my trades on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so without taking too much time, my name is Toby Kalejai. Just for the sake of those who are yet to come in contact with me, if you're watching us live on YouTube or via any other platform, or even if you'll be watching this video on a much later date, all right, I'm the founder of Pips Mastery Academy. I help people be able to, understand foreign exchange market, that's Forex as it were, and then also to be able to trade the market, okay? So the whole idea of what we're doing on this live stream is just to ensure that I analyze markets, we analyze together, you look at, the market from your hand, what you're seeing, and then we are able to interpret this. We look at price action, we look at support, resistance, demand and supply zones. We look at the important levels, and then the next thing we'll be doing is just to execute together. Sometimes you're afraid, and I tell people, trading is one thing that I've discovered to be, though it's an individual journey, but it's better when you have a trading community, when you have people you are doing this alongside with. Okay, so they, of course, sometimes they would, they will lead you out of what you're meant to do. But most times, if you have the right set of people, they begin to help you fine tune your ideas. You get more comfortable when you share your ideas with them. And you guess what? As you keep doing all of this, you discover that your confidence level is also increasing in the market. Okay, your confidence level keeps getting better. That's why I try as much as possible to tell my students, share your charts. Don't be afraid to share your charts. Never be afraid to do that. Always, I keep encouraging people. Share it with people, right? Share with people, whether it makes sense to you or it doesn't make outright sense to you. Share your charts. Try as much as possible. Come up to a level whereby you are comfortable, right, with the ability to, to share your charts with people. All right. So it's not going to be only me. And then in the course of these live streams, this is going to be running for about 2 weeks. One thing I want us to also be doing is this: we would be having other conversations, right? Other very intelligent conversations alongside the trading, the live sessions that we'll be having. All right, just to ensure that, we are not, I don't like to be very, very streamlined when I'm approaching life or trying to do things. I know you all have amazing ideas, some other things you're doing, want to talk about the country, want to talk about real estate investing, want to talk about, so many things on the side. We would have a lot of room to do that, as we as we engage in our sessions. All right. So without wasting too much time, for those who are existing members of Pips Mastery Academy, whatever chart you are looking at today that you've already mapped out, to trade today, drop it also in the WhatsApp group. I'm going to be showing this live to everyone, minutes on your chart. If you want to take a trade, we can look at it collectively. Why are you entering at what points are you entering? Where should be your exit? Where should be your entry into the trade? Okay. So while you are getting ready to share your charts, let me start with mine. If you have known me for a while, you know I only trade GBP JPY and Euro JPY. These are the only two pairs that I trade, and then I'm going to do a live analysis, and then, my bias, and all of those other stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so this is tradingview.com. This is where I do all of my analysis, and then I just initiate my trades on MetaTrader 4, the mobile version. I just want to keep it as simple as possible. There's really nothing complex about, all of these things. I don't know, some people approach it in a very complex manner, but honestly, I'm not going to be doing that. So this is tradingview.com. Anytime I come on the chart, which I think you can always do also, I want to first look at the daily time frame just to be able to understand what's happening on the higher time frame. I like to say that I'm a scalper. That's my strategy. I don't swing trade. I like to open my trades and close them the same day, right? So this is the way I'll be looking at charts. I've seen here that by structure, the market is creating an upward trend. It is very, very clear. From this point, we started having this sort of situation, right? If you are new on my channel, you can watch my video on market structure. It will help you to understand what I'm trying to mark out now, right? So this is very, very clear that we are creating what? We're creating higher highs. So right now for Euro JPY, looking at this chart today, I want to focus on what? Buying opportunities in this market. I want to focus and keep looking at what? The buying opportunities in this market. Would there be opportunities to sell? Yes, but I don't want to, focus on the selling side of this market, because why? I've established that what? It is on an upward trend, and it is very, very clear and glaring. Okay, so I'll take this out now. Okay, let me hide the video for now. All right, so those on YouTube, if you are watching us on YouTube, feel free to drop a comment. Feel free to chat. And also I'm watching over there to pick up informations to answer your questions and everything necessary. Okay. All right, so with this, I love to use my rectangle tool because this has shown me clearly that we're in an uptrend. I want to mark out the important zones, right? And obviously I can mark this zone out as a last resistance or the supply zone that got broken on this particular pair. All right, this is just to guide my decision making process. And then where do I expect price to get to next? I would need to look at the left side of the chart to be able to pick where the trend is going to, the next direction for the market. I'm still going to go readjust this on lower time frames, no doubt, but I just want to look at the higher time frame first so that I can actually understand what I should be doing at every point in time in this market. So this has shown clearly, this was the last zone that was broken, right? It's been tested also. And then price is trying to push above this zone, which is fine. So I want to take the overall expectation for price to be this region, this region. So if I'm looking at this chart, what do I have? I want to know the potential. All right. So this is a potential 200 pips movement. It's a potential 200 pips movement. Where are we now? I need to know where we are. I need to know, okay, where has it moved to and all of those things. I go down to, I start from my H4 now, having in mind that every zone, existing zone I marked now, I mark them on the higher time frame. If you're following me to this point, please, I'd love you to drop a 1 in the chat room. I really want to know if you're following. Just type 1 in the chat room. I want to know if you're following me and if I'm very clear to you to this very point. Awesome. All right. Okay, great. Great. Yes. Okay, good. So now on the H4 time frame, since I've established that price is going to the upside, right? Price is moving up. Now I need to know what has price done already. This is the zone we marked out on the D1 time frame, on the daily time frame. This is the breakout. Obviously, price came back to retest this level, which is a retest of this level, and this level. And then it shows that what this resistance point or this supply point that got broken is now acting as what a support point for us. So we have more confidence going into this trade. What do? If I want to pick my entries, don't forget I said I trade from the scalping perspective. Okay, I trade from the scalping perspective. So I want to keep going down to lower time frames like the 1 hour, the 30 minutes to be able to ultimately pick what my entry. Now I'm using a candlestick timer. This is showing me that what this particular candle, which is this H4 candle, is going to be closing in the next 4 hours. So I combine strategies. I'm looking at price action. I'm looking at how candlesticks are closing, and I'm looking at where price is on the chart to be able to take every decision I'm going to be making. Now I can go down to my H1 because I've seen what's happening on H4, and you can see how clearer it is now on this particular time frame. And what would I do? I'm still going to mark out my zones over again on this lower time frame. And this is very, very obvious. You can see that I'm going to mark it out better. You can see what price is doing here. Price has obviously broken this zone, right? Broken above this zone. This is a retest of the zone, and then this candle is trying to close bullish. Okay, if that candle closes bullish, what do? I will take a trade. What trade am I going to be taking? I'll be taking a buy. Where would I be buying to? This is the first stop for price. Right? This is the first stop for price. That gives us what? This is how I'll be taking this particular trade. If the price closes in the next 11 minutes, it closes bullish, I'll be taking a buy from wherever it closes down to this point for take profit. You can take your take profit maybe to the middle of the zone that I've drawn. Maybe that'll be 26 pips. Where do we put our stop loss? If you're an aggressive trader, that is, if you're going in with so much lot size, on this particular trade, I'll just recommend you put your stop loss beneath this particular candle, right? That is the candle before the previous one. You just put your stop loss like 3 pips, 4 pips beneath it. If you are going in on a very low lot, that means you are more conservative in your trade. You can have enough opportunity to watch trades, go back and forth. you can put your stop loss just beneath this point, right? Beneath this long wick that we have here. In all situations, in all cases, don't forget, part of the rules of YouTube is that we can't, and we're streaming to YouTube also, we can't afford to mention figures. We can't afford to mention monetary, maybe $1,000, 2,000, all of those things. We can't be, very, very explicit on certain things, but just understand, if you are, trading aggressively, your stop loss here is about 10 pips. If you're more conservative, you'll have a stop of about 17 to 18 pips, depending on how this candle closes. And this will be my first trade for the day. We'll wait for this candle to close. It's going to close in 9 minutes. All right. And then that's where we're making our first trade decision. Any question, contribution on that before? All right. Your take, guys. I really want to hear, if you're sure that your background is without noise, and also you have a very clear maybe background for your video also, I can unmute you and put you up so that you can verbally talk to me. Okay. But I wouldn't want a situation whereby we're disturbing other people. If you have noise, any form of noise in your background, I won't be able to unmute you. Neither should you unmute yourself. All right. So, an inexperienced trader could see this and say, yes, let me just go on and take the trade, whether the candle closes bullish or not. Yeah, you may end up winning the trade, no doubt, but it's not just the best of decisions to make. Why? I like to take my trades, in a way that I'm more like, nearly guaranteed of my profit. Okay, no guarantees in trading, no doubt, but I like to take my trades in a way that my profit is, nearly very, as in guaranteed. Let me put it that way. Of course, would I still take a loss? No problem. If your background is noisy, no problems. All right, thank you very much, Adele. You have to go. Thank you. We're going into a trade after the close of this candle. We need to wait. You can see the countdown here. So that should be at 10 a.m. dot. That's when we'll know whether we are going into the trade or not. All right, so awesome. Thank you very much. If you're on YouTube, also you can, if you have questions, you can drop them, whatever. Your contributions are very, very valid and they will be attended to. Your questions also. Uh-huh. All right, so the countdown, we have like 2 minutes to go. Some of the pain of having to wait this much is that sometimes price just pushes above your comfortable zone where so it does happen, no doubt, but this will save you a lot of headaches. Waiting saves you a lot of headaches, a lot of you losing your money and all of those things. All right. For those watching us on YouTube, please don't hesitate to drop a like, drop a thumbs up, you know, share this video with your friends. So it's closing in about 30 seconds to about less than 30 seconds. So I just initiated a buy. I initiated a buy. That's at 124.941. and then I'll be taking the buy all the way to, I could take it to 125.150. All right. And then I'll be putting my stop loss just beneath because I'm going aggressive. So I'll be putting my stop loss just at 124.761. 124.761. All right. I hope you got those parameters. If you're on a demo trade, you can pick our trades on demo just so you see, and then you keep getting yourself, keep familiarizing yourself with the sport of trading. Trading is something you have to participate in. Okay. And some people say, I'm going to wait till 6 months. I'm going to wait. Of course, it's good to wait, but I tell you, if it's 30 minutes every day, you're able to commit. 1 hour every day, you're able to commit. Every day, every day. You keep getting better with every amount of time you commit to trading. So instead of waiting till after 6 months when you have the luxury of time, why not start committing 30 minutes every day, 1 hour every day, and watch yourself, see the kind of progress you've been making. So this is a very good trade, very, very good trade. We still can't control the market, no doubt, but everything here confirms to us that we have a very good trade. All of the conditions necessary to make a good trade were met on this particular trade. Number one, we are sure that what the market is in an uptrend from the higher time frames like we saw. Number two, we saw that price just bounced off a support zone, just created a new support zone, which is also a demand zone, and then we took a buy. Price action said what? That what there is a bullish confirmation to take this particular trade. So overall, any way you want to look at it, we took a good trade. The next now is just to sit down and watch what happens. Okay, so while we're watching this, let me know the pairs you are trading so we can analyze together on this live stream. Let me know the pairs you guys are trading for the day so I can analyze and then, just share my opinion, share my thoughts. If I was trading them, what I will be doing. Oh, you didn't get the entries. Someone said you didn't get it. I entered at 124.951. 124.951. Part of the part of the description, or the explanations I added to this particular this live stream is that you shouldn't over leverage your account. Okay, don't over leverage your account for any reason, at all. Okay, so while we're waiting for this, let me do my analysis for GBP JPY. USD SEK, you're going short. Okay, let me look at that chart and see what it looks like. This is going short on USD SEK. Can you drop a screenshot of your chart and let's see what it looks like? All right, what, 3 pips or thereabout up on. Awesome. Okay, Swedish krona. Honestly, this is the first time I'm opening this particular pair. I've never opened this chart before. USD SEK. I'm opening this up for the very, very first time. Wow. And obviously, this is, yes, you know, if you look at the structure, you can see clearly it's creating lower lows and lower highs. Wow, this is free fall, like, damn. If I'm to take this trade though, let me show you, let me just analyze and show where I'm going to be making a choice to enter this trade. This is my first time analyzing this pair. Liz, what broker do you trade this on? Can I mute you? Is your background very, you know, without noise? Oh, you trade this on odd Forex. Oh, nice. Nice. What's the spread like? Can I unmute you? Two seven one. Okay. 271. Wow. That's 27 pips. Man, I'm not going to trade this pair though. It means, let me see the kind of movement here. Okay. But even at this is 5,000. Okay. Let's just analyze. I don't recommend you trade this kind of pair. Obviously, going short is the way on this pair. I would mark this out. This is how I'm going to mark out this pair. I want to first focus on the very, very important zones on the higher time frame, which is the daily time frame. There are several ways to approach the market. You know, some people try to use this indicator, that indicator. Honestly, I really don't, you know, give them a go ahead. I think I just love to look at price action with my naked eyes, you know, try to interpret whatever it is that I'm seeing. Okay, so where are we expecting this to go to? We need to go down to the left to pick that up, okay, which is fine. You want to know the level to expect this pair to go to next. This will be the first stop, right, somewhere here. And then ultimately, if the structure, you know, remains the same, keeps going down, you keep having your TP levels, yeah, you can have something here. But let's go down now to H4 and see what it looks like over there. Okay, while I'm doing this, can someone do GBP JPY and then let's see what you have. GBP JPY, let's see what you have. All right, so if this looks like it, I just love to trade structures, to trade you know, market structure, basically trade from one zone to the other zone. I just love to take my trades from one zone to the other zone, you know. All right. So if anyone is deciding to trade this kind of pair, for an example, you will have taken your entry. Immediately we had this bearish close. Let me mark that out. At the point where we had this bearish close, either this, you know, it would have been a fair point to enter the trade. You could have picked your entry even from a lower time frame like H1. You know, you'd have had, you know, an entry from anywhere around here would have been good. You can still have your entry here in case you were late. And then here would just be a push. Obviously, the expectation is that price should come to this point because price keeps moving from one level to the other. Price always moves from one level to the other. So we're expecting that the next level where price is going to come to is this level, right? If you've missed the entry, what alternatives do you have? Let's see if there are alternatives. All right. I just hope everyone is having a good time here. I really want to believe you're getting a lot of value. Okay, so this is what it looks like. If you are late to the party and you still want to take some risk, this could be another point of entry. All right. This is a zone. This is a minor zone. In the major zone, there's a minor zone. You can see how obvious it is now. Our Euro JPY trade is still going. Once I've set my take profit and stop loss, I'm always very, very relaxed. Oh, nice. Nice. This is beautiful. Beautiful. This is um, analysis from Jeremiah on GBP JPY. You didn't state your bias though. What's your bias? What are you looking at doing? I won't believe you are. I want to believe you're hoping to buy. Oh, you're going long. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. Yes. So just for every other person to catch up, let me show what it looks like. For Lizzie first, I want to believe this is what you're also seeing on USD SAK. For those who, for if anyone admits the entry from the major zone, there are still other sub zones in the zone that you can still take your trades from. And then you still be gushy at the end of the day. You still be good. All right, so this is how, if I come over to my GBP JPY chart, this is still how I'm going to perceive the chart, try to look out for what to do on the chart. I still try to look out for what to do on the chart. Okay. Still, I'll come back to the daily time frame. I love to always check out this time frame. And based on this time frame, I may not be buying GBP JPY yet. I won't be buying yet until I get a break of this zone. Right? This is what I'm seeing on this chart. I'll go over to the lower time frames now to see what else. All right, so maybe someone is wondering, how do I draw the zones? I'm looking for the regions with the most activities. The region with the most activities is what you keep looking out for, right? And then you take your rectangle tool. There's a video on my YouTube channel here to help you understand, to help you understand how to use tradingview.com if you are new to tradingview.com. Then on this time frame now, I would try to adjust this particular rectangle to fit more properly, because like I said, I'm a day trader. I'm looking for opportunities I can go into and step out into every trade on a day-to-day basis. I don't want to keep my trade running for till another day. I want to open my trades today and close them today. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm seeing a zone here. There's a minor zone here. This is the major zone. I've mapped out the major zone. Two things price can do. Based on the higher time frame, we need price to break above this zone. If you can remember, if you can recall, if you're checking up from the D1 time frame, we need price to break above this zone, right, before we continue to buy. But there are other things we can do while we're waiting for this to buy. And obviously, you can see what price action is doing. Tomorrow, yes, I would appreciate if I'm reminded. I will start by going extensively on candlesticks and how to use candlesticks to judge price action. That's what would start the day with tomorrow. But you can see what these candles are doing. Obviously, these are bearish candles. You can see this one on H1. This is a bearish candle without a wick. This another bearish candle with indecision. This is an indecision candle here. This is an indecision candle here. Then we have this bearish candle. This is an indecision candle. Forget about the size of the body of the candle. It's still an indecision candle, no doubt, in my opinion. And then the candle forming is looking like, it's still showing a bearish pressure, okay? So in this sort of situation, you want to really, really be very, very careful and conservative to take your trade. This is why people go into trades and they're like, oh, it hit my stop loss, it hit my stop loss. Sometimes you are trying to force the situation, okay? The overall structure has shown that is an uptrend. Does that mean you just keep buying and keep rolling in? No, that's why I really go along with what Jeremiah said. I think it was Jeremiah who said he was going to wait for a retest before he then takes a buy. It's always very, very important to ensure you wait enough before you take trades. It's not in the multitude of trades you take. It's not in the multitude of pairs you try to trade from time to time. No. All right. So looking at this is what I'm going to mark out next. I will ignore these points. I will ignore all of these points. I'll focus on this point. I'll focus on this. So my expectation now would be that two things I'll be expecting. Number one is that price should come back here. I'll be expecting that this bearish push would take price back to this point. And if this demand zone or this support zone holds, right? If this zone holds and I see a bullish confirmation here, I see a bullish confirmation at this point, then I'm going to take a buy to this point. Instead of taking profits entirely, I may take partial profits now, expecting that price is going to break above this zone, right? Retest and then keep going this way. That would be a way to expect things, while we're still focusing on the chart, on the trade we've taken today. Yes. So essentially, I don't intend to do this, and drag for way too long. Once it's 9:30 a.m. Every day for the next 2 weeks, we'll get started. Once it's about 10:30, in the morning, we'll try to round it off. As you know, this is London session. We're trading a part of London session. Just an hour into London session, I get to show, okay, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm expecting every day. And then pick up different topics, try to, show how I use them to take the trade. That's where it will be. Just very, very straight to the point kind of thing. Okay. You're mistaking Euro USD and waiting for the bullish candle to close above the zone and enter for a buy. Okay. Let me quickly look at that here and see what it looks like. Euro USD. Let's look at it together. As a matter of fact, you can, if you are following, you can always mark out all of these things just the same way I'm marking them out on your own chart. It will help you to start seeing the charts, in the proper perspective. And then if you leave this till tomorrow, you will discover, you'll be able to come back and see, okay, what happened here? The price eventually hit the expected zone, How am I able to use this information to trade the next time I'm about to trade? All right, great. This is Euro USD. Okay. All right. Nice. This is purely on the buy side of life. It's been a long time I looked at this pair. I really don't trade it though. You see, one thing people try to do when they're trading is to have have a lot of strategies. This was a mistake I made when I was starting out my journey to, learn the strategy, learn strategy. Tomorrow you are learning another strategy. Next tomorrow you are learning another strategy. You are never perfecting anyone. It's not going to help. All right. So as you are giving this strategy some attention, just ensure that you stick with it. Okay. Will your strategy work every day? No. Will it make money for you every day? No. No strategy makes money every day. Will it make money for you most of the times? The answer is yes. So it's just best you stick to it. Because it fails you in a day doesn't mean, oh, it's a bad strategy. I'm not going to do it anymore. No. Okay, from what I'm seeing here, okay, this looks good. This looks good. There are There are two potential entry points, in my opinion. An early entry would have happened already. If you're on 30 minutes, you can see what the zone looks like. This is the breakout point, and this was price pushing down back to retest this zone. At the close of this candle, this bullish candle was a good buy entry, and that's expected to take you to at least, you can have your take profit zones for this particular trade can be of 2 or 3. Let me mark them out with an horizontal line. You can potentially take the trade to this point, you'll be fine, or you can take the trade to this point. What's the potential of this trade? If you are taking it after the close of this candle, you have about 100 pips. If you take this throughout the week, keep taking it in tranches, you will be fine. If you take this with maybe 0.2 lot size, you know what that is going to be. If you take it with 0.1 lot size, you know what it's still going to be. On the other hand, if you take just this opportunity, you'll still be fine. This is 54 pips. Understand, support, resistance, they keep breaking and opening just in the direction of momentum only. All right. So as price keeps going in the direction of momentum, you'll be fine. All right. Would there be questions? Would there be some thoughts you want to share before we call it a day for today? So tomorrow is another day. I've analyzed for today, shared my opinion on what I see. Is there any thoughts, any question, anything you want me to quickly touch before we call it a day? Anybody? Okay, so the video will be available for those who couldn't make it from the scratch, and then you can rewatch. You can rewatch the video right there on the YouTube channel. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please ensure that you do, so you don't miss out on awesome, valuable content that I will be dropping on there. Once the channel is able to get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing this every day of the week, just to ensure that people are able to learn how to trade and be able to make money with trading. All right, so in the absence of any further questions or thoughts, it's been an awesome pleasure having you guys with me this morning. I want to say, do have an amazing day. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Have an amazing day.